welcome in or welcome back to Rainforest Oracle. It is so great to have you here. My name is Amanda, and this is a general pick-a-card reading for the collective. Please take whatever messages resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I do these readings every week, so consider subscribing. And these readings are also timeless, so whenever you come across it, there will be something here to help empower you and align you to your highest good. Private readings are also available at the moment. Link to get more details is in the description box below. Today's reading, we're going to take a look at a mystery message for you. I've chosen 3 crystals for the 3 piles today. You can use your intuition to choose, or simply pick whichever crystal or cards you are drawn to the most. Before choosing your pile, go ahead and grab your favorite beverage of choice and a pen and paper to take some notes and reflect on the messages offered today. So Spirit, could we get 3 cards? Get 2 more cards? And wouldn't it be cool if all of the stones aligned with the cards that came out for the piles today? But if it doesn't, we won't hold it against Spirit. Okay, so for pile number 1, and we'll take that as 2 and 3, we have Create Space. And the stone for this one is Lapidolite. Oh, look at that. Release Rigidity with the blue Apatite stone. Very well matched. And let's see, can we get 3 for 3? Well, not bad. Forbidden Fruit with the, what's this one? It is the Amazonite. So if you need more time to choose your pile, please pause the video now, then head down into the description box below to find the timestamp for your reading, and we will see you over there. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So you chose Create Space associated with the raspberry and the Lapidolite. Say that 10 times. All right, so you might be in a bit of a nesting period at this time. You might be bringing things together, organizing, decorating, just trying to get things together. Maybe you have a bundle of joy on the way and trying to get your home ready for that change. Creating space could also just mean creating space in your life for yourself, for self-care, for comforts of home, and to even take care of your friends and family as well as yourself. So just creating space from work, from the distractions in your life, for the things that you value or feel are important. So the mystery message could have something to do with creating space and creating a space that feels good for you. But we will see what comes out here. We're going to get 3 cards to start and look at the bottom of the deck for anything that lurks in the shadows. And don't be afraid, that simply just means things that you might be unaware of or things that lie in your subconscious. All right, Spirit, can we get 3 cards for today's mystery message for pile 1? Thank you. 2 more cards, please, Spirit, for pile 1 and their mystery message. Thank you and thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Swords. Quite a dark colored card there. So before I get into that, we have the Empress in the upright position, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the King of Cups in reverse. So let's talk about the shadows first. And funnily enough, this is a very dark card, so it literally is in the shadows. It's a person in bed in the middle of the night, up with thoughts, anxiety, stress, worries, things to consider, things to do, things to think about, maybe things that play on a loop at night when things get dark and quiet. So you could be losing sleep over something here, but there's a lot on your mind. And So I feel like that's almost why this Create Space card came out, is because something needs to be managed, dealt with, faced head on in the daylight, so that we can release some of this burden. There's a lot of heavy weight, and your mental health may eventually suffer if this isn't dealt with in a healthy way. And we've got the Empress, which is this connection to not only the divine or our inner spirit, our inner light, our intuition, but it's also about nurturing a specific vision, being patient with that vision, allowing things to come to life in and when they need to at their own pace, at their own time. The Page of Pentacles in reverse speaks to feeling a little out of your element and not wanting to make changes in your life to some degree, where you make so many changes that it might change the physical landscape of your life. So it could be home, could be job, work, relationships, anything that might manifest in physical form. You're concerned about carrying on a specific path or even starting a new one here, but that could be the result of, or the reason for, the stress, or maybe it's a vice versa thing where you're hesitant to go on this new chapter, but there's an intuition or intuitive tug that's pulling you. So maybe you're just hoping that if you give it more time, if you give it a little more care and love, that it will eventually release you of these thoughts, these feelings, these things that come up in the night for you. And the King of Cups in reverse speaks to somebody who can't really regulate their emotions when the external world is upside down, stressed, challenged to some degree. So there is a feeling of coming back into balance and not having any fear about stepping into some kind of future or in some kind of new direction, especially if it's being guided by your inner self, your intuition, that inner spirit of yours. And some care, some self-care may be required as you kind of work through this energy. This feels like a bit of a chaotic, upset, turned upside down energy in a way, where maybe there's multiple things happening at one time, kind of like driving a standard car where you have to deal with the clutch, the brake, and the gas kind of all at once at certain points of your drive. So it kind of feels that way, where you want to go ahead, but there's this pausing energy, this blockage that's preventing you from going, and then there's this clutch that gives you this feeling of, should I go, should I not, should I do this, and almost reacting to the environment or the energies that are around you. So you might even have some scattered focus here because of that, and you don't really have a specific answer for a specific thing or a specific focus. It's kind of a scattered energy, and you don't know where to look next. So it feels like a very busy energy, like there's lots going on. So that could be kind of where you're at right now. And the message, we're going to get clarifiers now. The message might be to try to find some kind of balance and not to do everything at once here. Create space to do one thing at a time. So the clarification for the Empress is the Nine of Cups in reverse. And the Nine of Cups, it's kind of that point where you've almost reached emotional fulfillment and pure joy and happiness. It's about achievement and seeing your accomplishments and feeling really satisfied. However, because it's in the reverse position, there's almost this sense of dissatisfaction and not feeling fulfilled with where you're at. So there's this sense, there's this pull, there's this tug towards something else. But I feel like whether you stay or go, you're in this space of feeling stressed, anxious, and worried. You know, it's like you are being pulled in different directions and have a feeling of responsibility or duty to all of these different things that you have going on in your life. Page of Pentacles in reverse, clarify that for us, Spirit. Thanks. Knight of Cups. So this is a very romantic energy, a very very rose-colored glasses energy, where there's this almost like a romantic fantasy in some kind of way. So you might be seeing a certain situation with rose-colored glasses, or maybe it would help to have rose-colored glasses to look at a specific situation about moving forward, because then you're not seeing all the things that could go wrong. There's almost a hesitation to move forward because you're worried about some things. So you're being really careful, really cautious. You don't want to take any risks. And but you also have this desire, in a sense, to move forward from your heart space, and you want to come at it with this open-heartedness, this willingness to learn. But there's a scattered energy, so your direction is going to be, or your actions are going to be scattered as well. And so I feel like you might need to come back into your heart space rather than looking outwardly. This is a moment where you need to create space and look inwardly, and look and almost prioritize those passions and desires, especially if you're feeling scattered. And which one is pulling to you the most? Which one would make you feel most fulfilled and satisfied here? Let's clarify the King of Cups in reverse. King of Cups in reverse, please. One card. Thank you. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which to me speaks to self-mastery and doing something maybe over and over and over again, to the point where you've mastered a craft or mastered some kind of behavior or emotion, turned something into habit. This is self-development here, but there is also a sense of repeating the same cycles over and over again and not really moving the needle to any degree, which is maybe why you're kind of feeling a little chaotic, a little all over the map in a sense, and when it comes to emotions, because your external world is a little chaotic and you can't really see the way forward. You can't really see the successes you're having within this, because it just feels like you're failing at all costs, and no matter how much you go and do, it just feels like you're on repeat and nothing is changing. You're not moving forward. You're feeling very pushed and pulled by the energies and the circumstances around you, to the point where it's getting you into a very stressful, worried state, and not really able to care for yourself. So I feel like this Empress is you, and these knights and kings and pages are all other people that have some kind of influence in your life. So they're people around you, and there could be multiple people. There could be a very stable, heartfelt energy around you that is helping you maybe deal with some energies within your circle that is over emotional and can't keep their cool, moves through or takes action through, whenever they're feeling something, they don't kind of stop to think and regulate their emotions before they act. So, and then there's somebody else who's a little bit youthful, a little bit inexperienced with something, but yeah, I don't know, if you're trying to encourage them to take action on something and they're holding back to some degree, or their energy is scattered. So this could be you dealing with all these different people, but this could also be you feeling a certain way because of a situation in your life that is getting you into this state. So take whatever resonates there, but I'm getting double storylines with that. And I feel like to slow the merry-go-round down a little bit here, I feel like you need to simply just slow down and create space for yourself, because there is a sense of a lot of things going on, a lot of things moving, and you trying to take care of it all and maybe fix some things to calm things down and to feel fulfilled and satisfied, because you don't like this feeling. It's a very uncomfortable feeling naturally. So it's time to create space. And this doesn't have to be a physical space. This can just be space in the day. It could be a couple of moments to make a pot of tea. It could be a kind of space within yourself as well. So taking a walk and just taking a moment for stillness. But it could also mean physical space where you go to a quiet room, or you take time for yourself and go to a cafe to have a cup of coffee, whenever you're feeling stressed, or to get away from the day, whatever it is. But this is about not having guilt about taking time for yourself and claiming any space that you need to heal, to regulate, to calm that anxious mind of yours. And also not be fearful of taking up space either. So when you're in conversation with others, when you're collaborating with others, or just having relations with others, it's okay for you to step into a space where you are heard and not to take a back seat, because that could also be why the Nine of Swords is here, is because you aren't being heard to some degree, or you're not stepping out to be heard. There's possibly a fear. And so you kind of think about at night what you could have said, what you could have done, how it could have gone, and you run different scenarios in your mind, when spirit might be calling you to start slowly or boldly, whichever your speed is, to step into those conversations and share how you feel, share your feelings, share what things you want or what things you need, or your ideas, your opinions, your advice, whatever you feel called to share. I feel like that might help relieve some of the anxieties, and you won't have this regret of I should have said this or I should have done that, and kind of be in the cycle of doing the same thing over and over again and not getting anywhere with the situation or with people in general. But I feel that this is a very generalized energy. I don't feel that it's a specific situational thing. I feel that it is very kind of a way about moving through life. And that's not a bad thing. But if it is causing any stress, worry, anxiety, or pain, then we have to look at how we can make changes to turn that into a more positive experience. Okay, so we're going to get one card for ending energy. Final message for pile 1, please, Spirit. Oof, okay. There we go. Fogged in. Go slow, take your time. Or take time. It didn't say take your time. So not only patience, but take time. And I feel create space and take time is pile number 1's message here. It feels very clear to me that you, with this scattered energy, you might also feel a little like in the fog, because you don't know which way to go, what to do, how to go about doing things. And yeah, so I feel like create space, take time, go slow, and hopefully you will be able to overcome these challenges, pile 1. So pile 1, this was your reading. I hope something here resonated today. You're welcome to comment below to let me know, or like this video to say thank you. With gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we will see you in your next reading. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So you chose Release Rigidity with the blue apatite stone. So releasing rigidity to me is about inviting flexibility and adaptability within your life, kind of being pliable with whatever comes and being flexible, not being stuck or fixed to the point where if something moves or changes that you, in a sense, break, or you can't deal with changes. So this feels very like go with the flow type energy, and kind of being open-minded to whatever comes. So that could be your general part of your general message here, or the foundation of your message here, which usually the oracle cards typically are foundational messages to the reading, although sometimes they're a little bit of a side note or a footnote. So we'll see. All right, so we will grab 3 cards and then look at the underside of the deck for anything that lies in the shadows or your subconscious. So we've got the Page of Pentacles that came out first. And since this is a general mystery message, I don't have a particular spread in mind. I'm just taking all of the cards in as they come out. Two of Wands is the underside of the deck, so I feel like you're in the midst of making some kind of, or you're looking to the future, you're looking ahead to the horizons to maybe make some choices. So for the 3 cards that came out, you have the Page of Pentacles in the upright position, the 9 of Wands in the reverse position, and the Ace of Wands in the reverse position. All right. So when I look at the 9 of Wands, I immediately think that like the wands in this 9 of Wands are depicted like a wall or a border or some kind of guard, and it is very rigid in the way that it looks. So this 9 of Wands in the reverse position, I feel, talks about releasing that rigidity and almost pulling down the gate, if you will. What do they call that? The drawbridge to kind of start on a new adventure here. But there's a bit of self-doubt here, and there's a bit of maybe nervousness about heading off on this new plan. I feel that it is a plan or a new strategy or some kind of new focus here that's coming to light, and you're kind of playing around with the idea of, what if I did this and what would that look like in the future? And in order for you to do that, I feel like a lot of boundaries have to get pulled down, a lot of maybe some rules that you've set for yourself, or too many boundaries to the point where you're not letting anything in. So that could be why the 9 of Wands is in reversed here, or pardon me, reverse. And the Page of Pentacles feels like a very focused, kind of a new beginning energy where you want to exchange something for a new focus, and maybe it's multiple things for a new focus. So this could be, as an example, first thing that came to mind is that you're in a role where you're doing multiple tasks and duties, but you want to exchange that for a higher paying role where the focus is almost singular, so that you're not kind of juggling a whole bunch of different things. And so you might even be exploring that, imagining what that would look like. And I feel like some shift in values is happening here with that as well, which is maybe why you've had to pull down your guard a bit to be able to see what that looks like, to be able to see what the horizon looks like in a sense. But I feel you're a little bit nervous or doubtful about this new beginning. There might even be a delay in getting this start, or some kind of lack of motivation to some degree. Now, this could also be where you have this idea for moving into a new thing or experiencing something new, going after something fresh here, but there's not enough boundaries in place. So it could be either or, where you're releasing those boundaries, or you need to set up a few more parameters because the boundaries you currently have are maybe too loose or not strict enough to some degree. And you'll have to take that for whatever that might be, whether it's personal boundaries or boundaries around your routine or a plan or a strategy. But this could just mean that, and I think that the previous interpretation is a little coming out a little stronger, where in order for you to not have such a delay with this new idea you have, this newfound desire or purpose or passion that you're focused on, you're going to have to bring down the guard a little bit, to break down the walls, because those are only going to serve as blockages. So to me, this is like not necessarily limiting beliefs, that the things that you feel like you've had to do to protect yourself to some degree, or to prevent mistakes from happening and things like that. But I feel there's a little more free-spiritedness in this new direction here. So you might have to change your own rules a little bit and be a little more loose and flexible moving forward, and not have so many rules in a sense. Have focus and a strategy and a general plan, but allow yourself to be a little bit flexible within that plan. So let's get a clarifier now for the Page of Pentacles. Thank you. We've got the Hierophant. So this could be you going back to school. It could be you moving into some kind of educational position. And maybe that is something new that you've not done before. Maybe you have experience in kind of an outside connection to the educational landscape, or maybe you're going from educational or scientific or some kind of career and you're switching paths to something more spiritual here. You could also need to tap into somebody that has a little more experience, a little more knowledge in order to know what steps to take and how to plan and strategize. But I do feel you're learning a lot in this process. 9 of Wands in reverse, please, Spirit. And we got the Star. So even though it's in reverse, I want you to make a wish or consider your wish, consider your passion. It's there, and it's there, but it's not coming out until you maybe become less hard on yourself. Those might be the boundaries of the guards that you've put up. So whatever guards you've put up, gotta let those down in order to be able to see the stars, to allow yourself to see the stars and see those new opportunities, because I feel you've built the walls or the guards up for a specific reason, but there's a lot of them that you no longer need. So I feel like some of those have to come down in order for you to really capture that and capture that newfound path. This could also mean maybe a loss of hope or motivation here, which could also be the Ace of Wands as well. Like you've kind of lost the spark for the new idea. And I don't know why that is, but it's still there, I feel. 10 of Pentacles. So it could have to do, whatever you're doing here, it could cost you a lot of money to do. If you're going back to school, for example, for something that requires a number of years in school, this could be the block here, is that it's going to cost you a lot of money. You could also feel like in order to build what you need or what you want, maybe it's a legacy that you're building here, but this is a far future reaching thought idea that you have. And so it almost feels like the doubt might be coming in, or the delay, because you kind of don't see it. You kind of can't see it because it is so far out and so humongous in a sense that it feels almost impossible. So why have that passion or mission to go for it when it feels impossible? And so that could be your blockage right there, is to just allow it to be a possibility for you. And if finances are something that is a huge consideration, then I can't tell you what to do there, because it's all going to be personal and based on everybody's circumstances. But I do definitely feel like it is a passion that you want to pursue. So are there small ways, or are there other possibilities? I feel this is about possibilities. Are there possibilities to be able to get what you need, time, energy, resources, to be able to pursue this, even if it is just little bits at a time? I don't know if that's possible, but it's a consideration. And I feel like Spirit is trying to get you to look to the future, look to the possibilities, the opportunities, your potential, and believe in that, and slowly make your way towards that. And don't get caught up in too many rules, and this person couldn't do it and that person didn't get it, and whatever the case may be here. It's about releasing rigidity and opening yourself up to opportunity and possibility here, and not getting in your own way. So we're going to get an oracle card for you now for pile 2. Final message regarding their possibilities and opportunities. Final messages or message for pile 2. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. So I almost feel like it's a good little wrap up to your reading here, where maybe this is about courage. You need to have a little more courage to chase your dreams of your future and go in the direction of that dream little by little, and with great passion here. This is about intention. This is about taking your time and not rushing, allowing that passion to move you however long it takes to eventually get to your destination or your North Star. So pile 2, this was your reading. I hope something here resonated with you. You're welcome to comment below to let me know, or like this video to say thanks. With gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So you chose Forbidden Fruit with the apple. And this is about hidden desires or passions, pleasures, things that you might have been denying yourself that you would really find great pleasure in or find yourself being really passionate about. You also chose it with the Amazonite stone. So maybe Spirit is trying to get you to look at those passions, those desires, those things that you may have forgotten about that you love, those hobbies even. Those things that you used to do, but you no longer do, and you can't figure out why. Or maybe something a little, I wouldn't want to say sinister, but something kind of like a guilty pleasure where you want to dive into something and you just feel like people wouldn't accept it if you shared it. But so it kind of stays underground in a way. But I mean, that's okay. We're allowed to, we don't have to share everything with everybody, right? All right, so we're going to get 3 cards today for pile 3 on their mystery message. Spirit, what do you have to share with us for pile 3? Okay. So that was that. And bottom of the deck, before we forget, is the Empress in reverse. That's what lies in your subconscious, your hidden desires. We're talking about intuition here, folks, and nurturing your intuition, which could be that forbidden fruit where you're not following those little nudges that kind of bubble up inside every once in a while, kind of telling you to do this or go here or do that. So we'll see what else we have. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse, 7 of Pentacles in the upright, and the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse position. I feel like there's a facade, or there has been an opportunity to share who you are, share what you love, and there might even be a desire to share with the world what you love to do, but you have somehow forbidden it or blocked it from happening. And I feel like this facade or this, you trying to block it or block people from knowing this thing about you has really got you feel quite drained and detached from maybe your intuition or that nurturing energy. You've no longer put time and energy and effort into this passion, into this desire. And I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it, depending on how you feel about it. But you really kind of you're not engaging with it at this time. You're not being an active participant. You have maybe lost the love to some degree, or you just feel emotionally drained for some reason or another. And we've got the 7 of Pentacles, which is that assessment energy. So you're pulling back to see the bigger picture here because maybe you're tired of juggling 2 things in a sense where you have your private self and you've got your public self, the person that comes out when you're with friends or at work or in public. And so there's almost this hidden you that you are suppressing or keeping covered. But I feel like you doing that is no longer sustainable. You really feel drained from it. You really feel disconnected either from your passion or from the outside world. Like it feels like you can't have all or both, depending on what this is here. So I feel you're really stepping back to try to decide what's serving me and what's not, what is really lighting me up and what's not, and how can I kind of prune the tree to encourage new growth here, because that is what the Seven of Pentacles is not necessarily a paring down and getting rid of, but assessing and trying to craft and shape your world to be as fulfilling and easy as possible, in a sense, where you're not being drained by things that aren't really doing you any good, and you're not putting your energy or your time or money into something that isn't giving you any kind of return here. So yeah, this is about a paring back and deciding, what do I keep and what do I let go of here, and how am I doing in the overall sense? Am I okay kind of continuing to do what I'm doing, or do I step up to this opportunity to express myself, to share myself, to open myself up to new possibilities and new opportunities here, to be able to nurture that side of me that maybe not a lot of people know? And yeah, there's just an imbalance that I'm getting where you're trying to juggle two different things and it's not really working well for you. So you're trying to figure out a way to come back into balance, to make it all work, to not feel drained, to feel fulfilled, to have the opportunity to share yourself, be authentic with yourself, and follow relationships and partnerships and friendships that are from a place of vulnerability and open-heartedness. So let's get some clarifiers now. Ace of Cups in reverse, Spirit. Could you clarify the Ace of Cups in reverse for us for pile 3, please? Thank you. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So we've got something changing. You might be resisting a change to some degree. And it could be this opportunity. You might be resisting that. You definitely feel like it needs to happen, but you're resisting it. You're holding off. You are, you just don't want it to happen. But the thing with the wheel is that it's always turning. So whether you want to or not, here it comes. And this opportunity might be here for you. So, but the discomfort that comes with change, it's all temporary. Everything is temporary. Change is the only thing that is constant. So you know that if you're feeling some discomfort or feeling some kind of way, that so long as we bring awareness to that and comfort ourselves or make changes or adapt where necessary, I really feel like you'll not only get through it, but you'll find yourself on the other side of the coin eventually. Seven of Pentacles in the upright position, Spirit. Could you clarify the Seven of Pentacles in the upright position? Thank you. I'm just going to take the top one, Seven of Swords. And we've got two sevens here. So this is about, that pulling back and taking stock of what's going on, of what the truth is and what your truth is and what that person's truth is, and trying to kind of figure it all out. I almost feel like there's not necessarily an identity shift, but you're coming into your own self here, your own authenticity, your own expression. And it's because you no longer want to keep the lie going. You no longer want to do things that don't feel aligned with your truth, because you feel like you're deceiving yourself to a degree here. And so that's why you kind of want to pull back and make some changes to be able to assess, what the hell am I doing here? And how do I go about coming back into balance with myself? Because I feel like that's more important than trying to put on a front for people and trying to be a certain way with people. And so I think that this is, you want to step into your truth, and you want to be truthful with others, and not just yourself, but others in your life and those around you. Spirit, thank you. We have another ace. This time it's the Ace of Pentacles. So this is an opportunity. Interesting that we've got the Ace of Pentacles clarifying the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And this tells me that you're finally making a choice to focus on one thing here. And it's going to be a choice that is rooted in who you are here, rooted in your truth. Because here, the Two of Pentacles in reverse is a bit like I'm juggling, but I'm not doing well. And I've got a whole bunch of things going, and everything feels important, and there's no priorities here. It's just you trying to appease everything and everyone to make sure that everything's good, that nobody rocks the boat and gets upset. And, that's okay, but I don't know if it's sustainable to keep that going and trying to make sure everything is all good. It's very exhaustive energy. So I feel like you're coming into a bit of you're choosing. You're coming into a choice and you're taking that new path, and you finally come into a space where you feel grounded in that choice and you feel good about that choice. And you're seeing it in a different light than you had in the past. And I feel like you're seeing it as this sweet new start, and you're no longer seeing it as a burden or something to be feared. You're really excited about what this new landscape has in store for you. So we're going to get a card. I don't know if that was it. Gates of Triumph. I mean, yeah, see success expands in your life. I was going to say see expansion. So what we're going to do, I'm going to see if that card comes up again. It didn't really feel like your card, but it could have just been a little side note for you. We're going to shuffle, and then we're going to pull a card for your final message here and see if it comes out again. That would be cool. Spirit, could we get a final message for pile 3 here? What do they need to know? Final message or guidance for pile 3 here, please. Thank you. Clear the past, heal the present. So this tells me that there might be something in your past, which could be this Ace of Cups here, and you possibly shutting down, that needs to be healed or cleared so that you can feel a little more rejuvenated to take this new path forward. Something in your past may also be holding you back or making you feel like you can't do something, you can't achieve, you can't create, you can't nurture, or you can't be expressive in the way that you want. So yeah, just look to the past and try to maybe work through some emotional stuff there. And I'm not a pro, so I can't really give you anything more than that. You will have to find a way that works for you to help clear the past to heal the present. But I feel like that's some good suggestive energy here in order to work through this. But I feel your overall general mystery message here is about expressing yourself in the most authentic way possible, to trying to come back into balance with that, and to nurture that self, be proud of that self, and get into expressing that self a little bit more. And again, looking to your past to heal any wounds that you might be carrying around that no longer serve you, that are no longer working for your highest good. And yeah, I see a great opportunity ahead for you. So I feel like it might even shape a new reality or even a new you. So pile 3, this was your reading. I hope something here resonated. You're welcome to comment below to let me know, or like this video to say thank you. With gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we will see you in your next reading.